It's the new millennium, and the new gods of space opera are sweeping all before them with plaudits and commercial success. To the usual space opera essentials of empires, spaceships, heroes and adventure, they add a touch of the Gothic, some British swagger perhaps, some hard science, but not too much, a dash of artificial intelligence, and a high page count. If you're looking for a swift 200-page read, boy are you in the wrong decade. I speak, of course, of the likes of Peter F. Hamilton, following up the Night's Dawn trilogy with the equally epic Commonwealth saga, starting in 2004 with Pandora's Star. And of course, no summary of this decade of space opera would be complete without mentioning Iain M. Banks. Look to Windward is probably my favourite culture novel of the two published in the noughties, and there's also The Algebraist, one of my 10 favourite science fiction novels of all time. Both those offerings from Banks are firmly in the space opera wheelhouse. All of those are obvious choices. I heartily recommend them to you, and if you haven't read them, go straight to your library, do not pass go and do not collect $200. However, I often talk about both those guys on the channel, so having mentioned them briefly, we're going to look at 10 other space operas by different authors that you might also love. With some short stories under his belt, Alastair Reynolds burst onto the space opera scene in 2000 with Revelation Space. Although it was written as a solo book, it became the first of several books set in the same universe. An ex-physicist himself, Reynolds sticks to the plausible. He holds no truck with convenient, faster-than-light trickery. His interstellar journeys are sublight, with all the time dilation and long journeys that entails. To this rigour, at least more rigour than is often found in space opera, Reynolds adds a darkly Gothic touch. Revelation Space is a gripping and intricately layered space opera that blends mystery, intrigue and cosmic horror into a thrilling story. Set several hundred years in our future, things are far from utopian. We follow three seemingly unrelated characters whose fates become entangled in a race against an ancient threat. The story begins with Dan Sylvestre, an obsessive archaeologist on the planet Resurgam in the year 2551. He's excavating the ruins of the extinct Amarantian race, a species mysteriously wiped out by their own sun nearly 1 million years previously. As Sylvestre digs deeper into their history, he uncovers a chilling possibility. The Amarantian may have triggered their own destruction through contact with a far greater cosmic power. Meanwhile, aboard the vast light-hugger Nostalgia for Infinity, Ilya Volyova and her crew are on a desperate quest to save their captain, who's been infected by the melding plague, a nightmarish, Lovecraftian virus that grotesquely fuses human flesh with machine. Volyova believes that Sylvestre holds the key to curing the captain and sets out to secure his service by whatever means necessary. At the same time, Anna Curie, an assassin on the planet Yellowstone, is hired by a shadowy figure known as the Mademoiselle to kill Sylvestre. Her journey brings her aboard the Nostalgia for Infinity, where the crew's mission and Sylvestre's dark secret slowly unravels. As they reach the minor planet Cerberus, a seemingly dead world orbiting a neutron star near Resurgam, they uncover a terrifying truth. The ancient event that destroyed the Amarantian may not have been natural. It might have been a preemptive strike by an even older and more advanced alien intelligence. The closer he gets to the truth, the more perilous his situation becomes, as cosmic forces beyond human understanding start to stir. Revelation Space, then, is a sprawling hard space opera that explores deep space, ancient civilizations, ancient exotic weapons, and a richly detailed interstellar civilization. Revelation Space builds tension as mysteries are solved and shocking truths about the true nature of the galaxy come to light. Alastair Reynolds has crafted a stone-cold classic where every discovery could doom or save humanity, leading to a breathtaking and unforgettable conclusion. With 2007's Stealing Light, Gary Gibson introduces a fabulous space opera which ultimately spans 4 books. The 25th century is dominated by the Shoal, a powerful aquatic alien species with a monopoly on faster-than-light travel. Their control over FTL tech has made them the unrivaled rulers of the galaxy, and humanity, scattered across a few colony worlds, must abide by their strict rules. But a dark secret lingers, rumours of a derelict starship that may contain non-Shoal FTL technology, threatening the Shoal's iron grip. Dakota Merrick, a former military pilot and machine head, she's augmented with neural implants, finds herself in the middle of a dangerous mission. To escape the wrath of a powerful gangster, Dakota agrees to pilot a survey ship to recover the derelict vessel. Alongside her is Lucas Corso, a historian with expertise in alien languages, and a cast of freeholders, a warlike human faction eager to claim this ancient technology for themselves. As Dakota and her crew rummage amongst the wreckage, they discover more than they bargained for, evidence that the Shoal might have committed genocide to seize control of the FTL tech. Soon Dakota becomes a pawn in a galaxy-wide conspiracy, hunted by assassins and caught between warring factions and facing the terrifying truth of what our fishy overlords are hiding. Packed with thrilling space battles, mysterious alien technologies and a race against time, Stealing Light is a fast-paced and action-packed space opera. As Dakota fights to survive the fate of humanity, the Shoal and the galaxy itself hangs in the balance. With explosive revelations, gripping tension and mind-bending twist, Stealing Light wraps up in a satisfying way, but also leaves us eager for the next instalment in this riveting series. The debut novel, Singularity Sky by Charles Stross, is a thrilling exploration of a post-singularity universe set in the early 23rd century where humanity faces the consequences of a powerful AI known as the Eschaton. The Eschaton, which is actually an entity born from our future and abruptly removed 90% of the Earth's population and scattered them across space 150 years previously. The Eschaton's warning is clear: thou shalt not violate causality, or else. This act sends Earth and its colonies into chaos, dividing them between those who embrace advanced technologies and those who reject them, like the repressive New Republic, which models itself after a 19th century European feudalism. The story kicks off when a mysterious post-singularity civilization, the Festival, arrives at Rochard's world, an outlying colony of the New Republic, and the Festival drop communicators from orbit, offering anything that the inhabitants desire in exchange for entertainment. Exiled revolutionary Berja Rubinstein seizes this opportunity, sparking an uprising against the government by requesting a cornucopia machine, a device capable of creating literally anything. As Rochard's world descends into chaos, the New Republic dispatches a fleet to confront the Festival. Meanwhile, UN agent Rachel Mansour and Martin Springfield, an Eschaton operative, work to prevent the fleet from breaking Eschaton's laws of causality. The conflict escalates, but the New Republic vastly underestimates the Festival's power. As the revelation takes a surreal and unpredictable turn, the novel explores themes of technological upheaval, political revolution, and the dangers of trying to control the uncontrollable. Iron Sunrise is the sequel, published in the same year, 2003, and set in the aftermath of a devastating attack on a young civilization. After their mission in Singularity Sky, Rachel Mansour and Martin Springfield return to Earth to recover, but Rachel is quickly thrown back into action when a crazed man threatens to detonate a nuclear device. Meanwhile, a star explodes, as they do, an iron sunrise, wiping out a planetary civilization in what's suspected to be a causality violation. Automated defense systems retaliate against the attacker's homeworld, risking an interstellar war, and Rachel and Martin are sent to prevent the assassination of the few surviving leaders capable of halting the retaliation. As they uncover deeper conspiracies and race against time, the enigmatic AI Eschaton continues to manipulate events from behind the scenes, enforcing its own mysterious rules on the universe. Hidden Empire by Kevin J. Anderson is the first of 7 books in the saga of Seven Suns. Humanity is spread across the Spiral Arm, divided into 3 main factions: the Earth-based Terran Hanseatic League, or Hansa, the telepathic Green Priests of Therok, and the nomadic roamers who live on starships and other habitats. The galaxy is also home to the ancient Ildirans and the mysterious ruins of the extinct Clickis race. The novel begins with the Hansa's bold experiment using a long-lost Clickis technology that turns gas giants into sun, paving the way, they hope, for human colonization. However, this seemingly triumphant breakthrough has a catastrophic side effect. The technology unknowingly wipes out millions of Hydrogues, a previously unknown race of gas-dwelling elementals. Enraged by this genocide, the Hydrogues launch a brutal retaliation, destroying Roma sky mines and obliterating the scientific station near the newly formed sun. Their war globes, powerful crystalline ships, deliver an ultimatum: humanity must stay away from all gas giants or face annihilation. Their message is underscored by the assassination of the Hansa's puppet king, Frederick. With the Hydrogues declaring war, both the human and the Ildiran civilizations face collapse as the Hydrogues' attacks threaten their supply of Ecti, a crucial star drive fuel. The arrogant Hansa chairman Basil Wenceslas quickly installs a new figurehead, the young king Peter, but tensions rise as Peter begins to question Basil's grip on power. Meanwhile, the Ildirans, led by Mage Imperator Cyrok, struggle with the looming Hydrogue threat they've secretly known about for millennia. Cyrok's heir, Jorah, becomes romantically entangled with the human green priest Naira Kali, whose telepathic powers may hold the key to defeating the Hydrogues. As war looms, alliances are tested, and the fate of entire civilization hangs in a balance, like what they do in a good space opera. Gridlinked by Neal, published in 2001, is the first of many space opera books set in his Polity universe. Gridlinked is a high-octane thriller blending hard science fiction with political intrigue and high-stakes action. The story follows Earth Central security agent Iain Cormac, who is called to investigate the mysterious destruction of a Runcible, an advanced teleportation device, on the icy planet of Samarkand. After being grid-linked to the Polity's AI network for so long, Cormac has lost much of his humanity. Before heading to this new mission, he decides to disconnect and rely entirely on his instincts. While Cormac embarks on his investigation, the novel follows a parallel story of Ariane Pelter, a separatist leader with a personal vendetta against Cormac. And after Cormac kills Pelter's sister during an undercover operation, Pelter vows revenge, setting off a tense pursuit that drives much of the novel's action. On Samarkand, Cormac discovers an alien sabotage involving a mysterious substance called nanomycelium and strange creatures known as the Draco Men. These beings are tied to a powerful alien entity, Dragon, whom Cormac has encountered before. As the mission unfolds, Cormac realises that the dragon is at the heart of the Samarkand disaster. Meanwhile, Pelter, augmented by advanced tech, closes in on his prey. As Cormac and his team race against time, they uncover a deeper mystery involving an ancient alien artifact and a powerful being called Maker. Gridlinked builds towards a climactic showdown on the planet Viridian, where Cormac must stop both Pelter and the forces of Dragon. Packed with futuristic tech, high-stakes action and complex characters, Gridlinked is an exhilarating exploration of AI, alien threats and the cost of human-machine symbiosis. As a by the way, Gridlinked also introduces us to one of my favourite science fiction baddies, the Brass Man, a relentless golem who later gets his own book. Before we go on, if you're enjoying this video at all, then do me a favour and give the like button a tickle. It helps YouTube to decide whether or not to share the video more widely. Also, tell me, what are your favourite space operas from the first decade of the 2000s? What have I missed out? Do let me know in the comments down below. Our sixth book then is Natural History by Justina Robson, published back in 2003. It's a thrilling exploration of humanity's post-human future, where cybernetic and genetic enhancements have transformed humanity into a multitude of forms known as the Forged. These entities, ranging from colossal spaceships to bird-like beings, represent the next step in human evolution, whilst the unevolved remain as baseline humans. The story follows Isol, a living starship on a deep space mission who encounters an alien substance known as stuff. This mysterious material has the power to reshape matter and transport beings across vast distances, promising limitless potential for interstellar travel. Isol's discovery of stuff sets off a political and existential conflict between the forged and the unevolved, as the power of this substance threatens to upend the fragile balance between them. Central to the story are historian Zephyr Duquesne, an academic chosen to verify Isol's claims, and Korvax, a forged rebel running a biotech workshop. As Zephyr explores an alien world teeming with lifelike artifacts, she begins to question what stuff truly is, an opportunity for transcendence or a threat to human identity. Meanwhile, the forged struggle with their desire for autonomy and the fear of losing their humanity to the overwhelming power of stuff. In Natural History, Robson balances action, philosophical reflection and political intrigue, crafting a vibrant universe where identity and evolution collide. The intricate plot, spanning multiple characters and perspectives, poses deep questions about the future of humanity, the nature of power and the meaning of being human. Risen Empire by Scott Westerfeld, also published in 2003, thrusts readers into a sprawling galactic civilization ruled by an immortal emperor whose reign stretches across 80 worlds. In this distant future, the emperor has granted eternal life to a chosen few, the Greys, through a mysterious symbiont, ensuring their loyalty through strict rituals and worship. The rest of the Empire's citizens lived under elected governments, balancing their existence with the immortal elite. The relativistic effects of space travel, the time thief, distort the lives of those who venture between worlds, creating both personal and political rifts. Captain Laurent Zai of the Imperial Navy is a devoted servant, torn between duty and an unlikely love for Senator Nara Oxum, a fierce advocate of the Secularist Party. As the Empire faces a deadly threat from the Ricks, a cult of fanatical cyborgs who worship an emergent artificial intelligence, Zai is sent to the front lines. The stakes rise when the Emperor's sister is killed by the Ricks, and Zai's failure demands ritual suicide, but he refuses to comply. Meanwhile, Senator Oxum fights against war plans that could lead to the mass slaughter of billions to protect Imperial secrets. As the Empire teeters on the brink of collapse, the lovers' fates intertwine with the larger struggle for power, immortality, and the survival of humanity. With its thrilling mix of space battles, political intrigue, and philosophical questions, Risen Empire is an epic tale of love, loyalty, and the consequences of immortality. And the sequel, The Killing of Worlds, was published in the same year and continues the intense saga of Captain Laurent Zai as he faces a suicide mission against the Ricks. Tasked with defending a planet home to a newly emergent AI, Alexander, Zai battles both deadly mutineers and a vastly superior Ricks force. Despite overwhelming odds, he manages to destroy his enemies, only to uncover a shocking truth about the Emperor's immortality. With the help of a Ricks commander and her Imperial lover, Alexander projects his consciousness into space, inhabiting a swarm of silicon particles, and meanwhile, Zai's lover, Senator Nara Oxum, uncovers a devastating Imperial conspiracy. The Emperor plans to obliterate the AI by destroying the planet Zai is sworn to protect. And as Nara warns Zai of his doom, she's arrested for treason. In a desperate move, she reveals the Emperor's darkest secrets to the entire population, threatening to unravel its very foundations. 2002's Light by M. John Harrison weaves a dark and intricate tapestry spanning from the late 20th century to the far future. The novel's narrative revolves around three disparate characters linked by the enigmatic Kefahuchi Tract. In 1999 London, physicist Michael Kearney, on the verge of a breakthrough in quantum research, grapples with personal demons and a haunting creature called the Shranda. Pursued by this entity, he resorts to murder to protect a pair of dice that might predict the future. His research, funded by the dubious entrepreneur Gordon Meadows, faces ruin as he is drawn deeper into a dangerous game. Fast forward to 2400, humanity has expanded across the galaxy. Here, Seria Mal-Genlica pilots the advanced spaceship White Cat, now fused with her own cybernetic body. Somewhat regretting her transformation, she seeks a way to reclaim her humanity whilst evading her former employers who want their ship back. Meanwhile, Ed Chinese, a washed-up space pilot, struggles with debt and finds himself entangled in a bizarre contraption that forces him to glimpse the future. The lives of these three characters converge as they seek answers related to the Kefahuchi Tract, a space-time anomaly that has confounded whole civilizations over millennia. Their fates intertwined, they uncover the secrets behind the Shranda and the true nature of their universe. Light is a dense, complex novel, rich in atmosphere and philosophical depth, challenging us with its intertwining narratives and elusive mysteries. A prose stylist, Harrison's masterful storytelling creates a compelling, if dark, exploration of fate, identity and the true nature of existence. There are two other novels that form a loosely connected trilogy with Light. Permanence by Carl Schroeder, published in 2002, is a riveting space opera tale that explores themes of economics, philosophy and political intrigue against a backdrop of interstellar exploration. The story centres on Rue Castles, who, whilst fleeing her brother Gentry and facing financial ruin, claims a comet that turns out to be an ancient interstellar cycler, a massive, long-orbiting spacecraft that has not been seen near the planet Erythrion for a decade. This discovery propels her into a high-stakes adventure. Supported by her wealthy cousin Max Castles, Rue assembles a team to claim the cycler but faces fierce competition from various factions, including the planetary government. As they explore the cycler, they discover it's not only alien but also a relic from a long extinct civilization known as the Lhasa. The expedition, which includes a neo-Shinto monk and an exobiologist, becomes perilous when they encounter sabotage and murder. The intrigue intensifies when it's revealed that the cycler holds secrets about the Lhasa and a dangerous weapon from the Chits Club, a race that once sought to annihilate potential competitors. Rear Admiral Chrysler of the Rights Economy aims to use this weapon for a sweeping genocide. Rue, Michael and their allies must deal with political treachery, including Chrysler's ruthless plans, and attack on their ship, the Banshee. The story crescendos with a daring mission to the cycler's construction shack, where Rue and her team thwart Chrysler's plans to reverse engineer the weapon. With Chrysler defeated and the weapon destroyed, Rue vows to revive the cycler compact and restore balance to the galaxy, setting the stage for a new chapter in interstellar politics and exploration. 2003's Spin State by Chris Moriarty is the first book in a trilogy. Major Catherine Lee is a tough UN peacekeeper with a secret. She's a genetically engineered clone, passing as a human in a future where clones are second-class citizens. Lee is sent to investigate the death of a renowned physicist on Compson's world, a mining colony critical for faster-than-light travel. The dead scientist, it turns out, is none other than Lee's own clone twin, and her mysterious death is tied to the Bose-Einstein condensate, a rare substance found only on Compson's world that enables interstellar travel. As Lee digs deeper into the case, she must navigate a web of corporate and government conspiracies, all whilst confronting her past in the mining colony that she once called home. Spin State blends elements of cyberpunk and hard science fiction, with Moriarty crafting a vivid high-stakes world where AIs can hack into human bodies, faster-than-light travel erases memories, and political intrigue simmers beneath every interaction. Lee's investigation is more than just a murder mystery. It's a journey into the heart of a society where clones like her are oppressed, miners are exploited, and even the laws of physics can be manipulated for power. At its core, Spin State explores themes of identity, memory, and the cost of survival in a cold, dystopian future. With a rich, complex plot, morally grey characters, and a mind-bending exploration of quantum mechanics, Moriarty's novel is a gripping and cerebral read that challenges its readers with big ideas and intense action. If you enjoyed this space opera video, there's plenty more to watch in this playlist up here. As always, thank you for watching, and until next time.